there is no evidence as to why he decided that it was 525 years ago at that point of time. Many people even now think that BC means before Christ and AD means after death. No, it's not like that. Then October 4th, 1582, the next day will automatically be October 15th, 1582. So there were 10 days which were lost in history. Hi friends, welcome. Yesterday Christmas was celebrated around the world. A belated Merry Christmas to everyone watching this video. So I thought I will make a video on what is AD and what is BC, what is presently called as CE and BCE. So this system of having a year with 365 days and one day being added in the month of February every 4 years, which is a leap year, was started by Julius Caesar in the year 45 BC. So before that, the Roman calendar used to have 355 days, and to that 10 days were added, 365 days, and once every 4 years one day was added to the month of February. That's because the earth on an average takes 365 and a quarter days to complete one revolution around the sun, and so those 4 quarter days once in 4 years were added as one full day in the month of February. Now this was continued to be followed, and then in the year 525 AD, as we presently know it, a Roman monk by name Dionysius, he said Jesus Christ was born 525 years ago, and so that year will become 1 AD, and before that it will be before Christ, and so it will be 1 BC. So 1 BC ends and 1 AD starts. Now there is no evidence as to why he decided that it was 525 years ago at that point of time. There are also theories which suggest that before this, the calendar that was followed was what was called as the Anno Mundi calendar, which means in the year of the world. And as per that, Jesus is believed to have been born around 5,500 years after the creation of the world, as per biblical beliefs. And there was also a belief that the earth or the world will come to an end 500 years after the Christ. So in order to take away the fear from people's mind, he probably suggested that Christ was born 525 years ago, and that will start as 1 AD. So in school or even in college, many people even now think that BC means before Christ and AD means after death. No, it's not like that. Then the 32 or 33 years which Jesus Christ is believed to have lived will not have any calendar days at all. So BC is before Christ, but AD is what is called as Anno Domino, which means in the year of the Lord. So that's why from 1 AD is the year in which Jesus Christ is believed to have been born. So this continued, and 4 years once, 1 day was added to the month of February. But actually the earth does not exactly take 365 days and 6 hours to complete one revolution around the sun. It actually takes 365 days, 5 hours and 59 minutes and a few seconds. So when Pope Gregory XIII was the Pope of the world, in 1577 he realized that because of this mismatch, right? It was the Julian calendar was exactly considering it as 365 days and 6 hours, which is why once every 4 years 1 day was added to February, but it was actually slightly less than exactly 6 hours. So there was a committee which was formed by the Pope Gregory XIII, and that committee took 5 years to study this system, and finally they came to the conclusion that yes, we have lost 11 days because of this. And hence in the year 1582, the Pope at that point of time, Pope Gregory XIII, said after October 4th, 1582, the next day will automatically be October 15th, 1582. So there were 10 days which were lost in history. And so after October 4th, 1582, the next day as per the Gregorian calendar, which the world over we all follow now, actually started the next day as October 15th, 1582. In fact, many parts of Europe and especially Protestant countries protested to it. They felt that, because of this we will receive lesser rent and we will receive lesser wages because 11 days will be lost. But then finally by the year 1700, the world over had accepted this. But then the system remains the same. From January 1st till December 31st, 365 days. Once every 4 years, we add 1 day to February. Instead of 28 days in February, it becomes 29 days. So what is the change? Now the change is, in order to take care of this minor difference between 365 6 hours as was the system earlier and 365 days and 5 hours 59 minutes and a few seconds, as per the Gregorian calendar that we follow now, while once every 4 years there will be a day added to February as a leap year, when it comes to the turn of century, it will be added only if that year is divisible by 400, which means 1600 was a leap year, but 1700, 1800, 1900 is not a leap year because it is not divisible by 400. The year 2000 was a leap year. Now 2100, small kids who are watching this video may live till 2100, so you can check it out for yourself. But 2100, 2200, 2300 will not be a leap year, but the next leap year during the turn of the century will be only 2400. This is still not perfect, but very close to what actually the time taken by the earth to revolve around the sun. So, and this is what is the history of this AD, Anno Domino, and BC, before Christ. But now over the last 10-15 years, because it has a Christian reference to it, in order to have a more secular naming pattern, it is generally now called as CE. What is earlier called AD is now called CE, which is the Common Era, and what was earlier called as BC is now called BCE, or Before Common Era. So apart from this, in India there is something called as Shaka Era. It commences in 78 CE. So it is associated with an emperor called Shastana, who was the ruler of the Shaka Empire, and 78 CE onwards, the Shaka era years calendar is also followed. So if you see any official gazette or official release by the Indian government, it will have the CE year, which means 2018, 2019 or 2020, and it will also have the Shaka era year, which is 78 years less than the CE year. So I hope you found this video useful. I'll see you again with another video in the new year, hopefully a better year without any pandemic or any issues. I'll see you again in the next video next year. Wishing you all a very happy new year. Thanks for watching.